Good morning. Good morning to you guys. Good morning to you. Really do appreciate each and every one of you today. My name is David Hunt, and this is Quiet Time Piano. We're talking about the midweek music manner. Today, oh man, we're still on remembrance, and I have I have really been blessed and 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 encouraged this week. I was thinking about my dad earlier and wanted to just, as I'm remembering, I'm grateful. As I'm remembering, I am thankful for my dad. And remembering the things he taught me. Remembering the lessons learned and the the lessons learned, and I wouldn't say the beat downs because I didn't get beat downs from my dad. I got those from my mom. Right? Because in the islands, it's like, man, come on. You know. And even, back in the day, we talking several years, decades even, right? So those were the days in terms of making sure that you grew up right, making sure that you didn't put yourself in a space where you would, do bad things or create a space where bad things can happen. So always putting yourself in in a good place, right? My mom would say this often enough, and my dad too. Shun the very appearance of evil. So that when people look at you, they'll be like, oh no, that's a good dude, right? Thank you, Tamaris. I think I might have put that up already. But your dad gave you good fashion sense too. What Laquita is talking about is the t-shirt all the way live. All the way live. This you can find blindguyhiswife.com. And they have a section there from Press and Sew. That is the stuff from Press and Sew is good, right? It's good. So we're grateful for Press and Sew. They have a drop shipping company. So you can get t-shirts, mugs, hats, the whole nine. They do it all. They do it all out there in Jacksonville. So I think it's Jackson. Oh man, I could be putting them anywhere. Indeed. So it is always good to recognize the legacy that has been given to you. And so on this channel, we've done multiple things over the years. The main thing we do is a music channel. But we've done a little bit of tutorials. We've talked a little bit more about the technology and the merging of those two in order to do what I'm doing with the multiple camera angles and everything. It's sometimes a challenge to make everything work the way you want it to, right? So I am grateful for the lessons that I've learned from creators. I'm remembering and I'm grateful for Doc Rock. I'm grateful for Diana Gladney. I'm grateful for Katie Fox. Grateful for Ken and Glenn from Ecamm Live. They're the developers or the founders of Ecamm Live. Grateful for Kirk Nugent, Monty Weaver, Aaron Parecki. I mean, the list is going. Luria Petrucci, David Foster, Mr. Camera Junkie, Keely Dunn. There are so many people who have poured out into it, as well as you in the community, the MLB crew, right? The home team, Soil Family, Wally, Laquita, Albert, Tamaris. Today we had Renee, Shireen, Mark, right? We have our silent crew. They come and they watch, but they're not necessarily typing in the chat. Miss Ruby and who else am I missing? Maya, Ola. Maya lives across the pond and they're constantly commenting on the videos afterwards. Maya, thank you so much for your support. Sheila, I mean, so many of you, Mrs. Mitchell, Y. Mitchell, coming in from the Midwest, even Adrian, coming in all the way from California sometimes, is with us. I am so eternally grateful for each and every one of you because you've asked questions that have helped others. You've asked for songs that I was like, oh snap, I didn't remember that song, and I was able to play it for you. It was a more dynamic feel at the beginning, but then we're doing more curated stuff now. And in the process, I've learned some things and I've shared them, as I go along. And it's kind of like a two-way street, right? Um, See, Albert's daughter is having a birthday tomorrow. Tamara says, "You're a good dude, son." Thank you so much, Mom. Indeed, you have poured into me as well. It's like, do you have a musical method of gratuitous that can add vocals to? I could probably find something to do. Uh, and The MLB crew, when I talked about the MLB crew, it is you, right? The Make Life Better crew. I mean, at the end of the day, we want to be able to help those who are coming along behind. And how we do that is by utilizing the gifts that we've been given: our hands, our voice, our intellect, our heart, powered by love. Hit a home run. It's not Major League Baseball, but we're hitting home runs and making life better for those who come behind, those who are around. As we lift them up, we raise the tide. Say, roll tide, Alabama. No, we raise the tide. And as the tide rises, we rise. Those around us, we pull them up along with us. My neighbor Doc, absolutely fantastic guitar player. Homesick Mac, another one of you guys that have made a difference in my life. David, I'm always looking for more vocals. David used to sing more back in the day. Be cutting us short on his talents, Wally. No, Laquita, no. No, no. No. I believe that there will be a time when we'll get more singing. More singing. Even now, it's a little bit harder to sing than it was um 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago. It's been quite a thing. Yeah, it was a post COVID. It's been an interesting experience. So trying to rebuild that lung capacity in this space. So here we are, right? Today we played a totally original program, except for the last song was not my original song. But we went through the seasons today. Seasons. We're still remembering these seasons. We started with summer, which is a season that we are in here in the northern hemisphere is kind of like summer. And soon we'll be going into autumn, fall. And then the winter comes, right? The fall, everything prepares itself for preparing for winter. So everything goes into a more of a dormant state. Winter, it's cold. Outside, nothing really grows, but we're continuing to grow. We're growing in stature if you're a young'un, or we're growing in maturity, everybody, every day. And then we're growing in experience. And so we come out of the winter into spring, which is a rebirth. So we had those four. And then I went into another song that I wrote called All Right. Everything will be all right. Into Remember. Right? I remember you. Do you remember me? That's kind of like the theme. Remember. And I remember the lessons I've learned from my dad and those experiences. It's like always trust. Know that everything will be all right because we trust in God. Even when things don't, it's like, why, with a good God, would there be war? Ukraine. Why would there be death? Why would there be crime and poverty and sickness and all of that stuff? A lot of those things are the actions of people who don't believe. Yeah, yeah. We, I trust that in all of the challenges and the trials that I've been through, the trust that I have placed in a higher power. As people look at it, they say it's God, and they call it all sorts of things. I believe it's God. In those situations you find yourself in, whatever situation that you find yourself in, you know that there is the trust and faith that I have in God gives me the hope to know that I can weather the storms, even the bad decisions that I make. Still, there is something that I can learn, right? Man, you think of all the different attributes of, perseverance and hope and faith and all those different things. Is like, look, we don't see how it's going to work out, but we know it is. So we can smile in the midst of the storm. We can keep pressing on, right? It's not like our head is in the sand and our whole body's exposed, but no, we make strategic decisions to, you can see what's going on and you can get out of there or, do what you have to do. Yeah, always abounding in goodness. Always. So, on this journey that we're on, Shireen, Wally, Laquita, Albert, Tamaris, each and every one of you, Renee, Mark, you have got some life experiences. Stephanie, good morning. So glad that you are here. You have got wonderful stories that can make a difference. Like Laquita is sharing right now. She's like, David, do those breathing exercise I told you about. It can help restore your full lung capacity. Deep breath, hold it. Singing live helps too. You're so gracious and wonderful. Keeping things in keeping things in line. Oh, hold on. Right? Keeping things in line helps to make that difference. Oh man, I understand. Yeah. So you have those experiences, keeping things in line. Your whole life work, your whole life journey. You have those touch points. You have those victorious moments. You have those down sad points, but still overall, in spite of it all, you have made it to this point in your life. And there are stories, there are things that you can share. I can talk, like for me, I can talk about my dad sitting me down at the piano after he taught me, and I listened. Well, I was self-taught a little bit, but the different notes on the bass, right? I went from the bass to the guitar, from the guitar. It's like, hey, these chords you're playing on guitar, these are what they are on the piano. I'm like, huh, oh, man, I didn't know that. And that that made a difference for me. And then being made to play, excuse me, I should have check. Yeah, we're back. Thank you, Stephanie. What does Stephanie say? You play really well and using your hands. Yes, indeed. It is one of the things that I've learned to do is to play at a pretty high level. In the quiet time, piano is that so I could play slow and not make mistakes. Even though I made one today, I was like, oh man. But you go and you learn from that. It's like, you keep your focus. Sometimes even playing the slow stuff gives you, I start, looking at, because I've got 3 screens, Stream Deck, Roadcaster, 810 Mini. The different elements that help you, plus I've got, applications running on the computer that I'm running the keyboard sound through. So you're not hearing the actual sound of the keyboard, but the different patches that I'm running. And I'm tying that all in with the Roadcaster and bringing that to you. He's like, where are those secret comments? No, because I'm not using Restream. Restream was the tool that I was using to bring the Facebook comments to YouTube. But I'm not using Restream. I'm just going through Ecamm. And maybe there's a way that I can show all of the comments. Let's see if we can do that. I'm going to create that scene. Really? Man. I'm going to create that scene in a minute here. Thank you for sharing abroad, David. Thank you, Valerie, for coming through and sharing that comment with us. Okay, so I have to mute this guy. And, all right. Yes, Stephanie, you're seeing the comments that I put up on Facebook. Right? And they're seeing it as well on YouTube. But maybe about a month ago, I stopped using Restream because I was just using Ecamm to go live. And for people who were used to seeing all of the comments on YouTube, on the YouTubes, you would see everything. All the comments came through on YouTube. But the people on Facebook won't see the YouTube comments because they don't go both ways. And the Facebook API is like, we're not taking any of those comments. I'm like, all right, we gonna keep it a stack. Listening to you and going for my morning walk is how I start my day. Thank you, Iris. I appreciate that. Combining two things like that, that's awesome. We keep utilizing the tools that we have, right? So, Laquita, the comments really can go both ways. Okay, let's see how we can do this. And we mute these guys. Okay, so we can go and do this. I'm going to show you, it's going to be a quick demo. So you're seeing my main screen here with my mouse. So I'm going to go to new scene. I'm still here. And I'm going to add, well, maybe I could have duplicated the other scene. Let's go back. So we're back. I'm going to duplicate the scene so that you see me here. I'm going to go to custom. I'm going to pull the edge of it. Whoa. I'm just going to move me back into the shot because you kind of need to see who it is. I'm going to move this over. And then I'm going to add a screen overlay down here. I'm going to add the screen share overlay. Just going to bring this like so. Line it up. Then I'm going to come to this point here. I'm going to say show Ecamm Live comments and reactions. And I am going to show the shape as a tall aspect ratio. And so now you can bring the comments on screen. So if I go back out of demo mode, now you're seeing the comments. And I could clean that up and do it a little bit different. Let's see if I could make that fit. If I say custom, pull that in. Remember to cough with your mouth in an O. It's a more effective cough, prevents sore throat, and reduces cough frequency. Good. Thank you, Burundian traveler. Indeed. Oh, it's only because my comment window is like this. And as I move through the comments, if I just keep it on the bottom, someone could type a comment. You'll see it pop up here. Starting Burundian traveler just typed and 4, 5, and there it is. So when I see it on YouTube, it takes about 7 seconds to come in. I don't know how it is on Facebook, but I've never tested the latency with Facebook. But YouTube is set to ultra low latency. So as fast as you type, I'm seeing it, less than 10 seconds. All right. So that's a little aside. I'm going to call this my comments. Just one thing I'm going to do more on this. Cut that part out of it. I'm going to take the edges off of the side so that it's square. See that? Square, 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 square. And have a blessed day, Tamaris. I'm just going to make this a little bigger. So you can see, maybe it's a little smaller. Bring it over. So there, we have the comments. We can bring the comments up. Now I need to find a spot on the stream deck to bring. Interesting. Interesting. All right. It is 10 after 7. I really need to get out of here. It is so bright outside. Thank you guys for sticking with me through to the end. You guys have been amazing today. You guys have been amazing today. We appreciate each and every one of you. We hope that we have been able to share something with you today that made a difference in your life, that will encourage you to remember, keep remembering, but remember the good. You can remember the bad too, but so that you can avoid it in the future. Bring it back to the single frame. We thank you for sharing. We thank you for caring. We thank you for continuing to use your hands, your voice, and your heart, fueled by love to make life better. And it's been real. It's been good. It's been real good. But that's a wrap. We put no ribbon on it. And we are going to see you on Fridays, Freeform Friday, where you can come with your questions. Bring your questions about technology. David, how are you doing this? You're going to find a way to help you get across the line to so that you too can share your story, because you have stories, you have experiences, you have what it takes. If you're a faith-based entity, if you're a business, if you're just someone with life experience, you have wonderful stuff to share and make the world a better place. Come on, let's do this together. I can go fast. I can go fast if I go by myself. We go much farther when we go together. Keep caring. Keep sharing. Let's do this together. And we'll see you in the next video. Have a wonderful day. Take care now. Bye-bye.